Remind you that dis-ease is simply the lack of ease in you, the lack of ease in your feeling and expression of self. You often equate dis-ease conceptually with something that is happening to your bodies. However, all dis-ease has its origins in the misalignment of certain aspects of your energy. Your bodies take a certain buffer of linear time to express or reflect these energetic misalignments within you. For your cells and your bodies are so good at self-repairing and aligning with well-being, it takes this buffer of time before you see the reflections within and to your bodies. Therefore, the concept of dis-ease, the lack of ease within you, is always energetic in its nature. And this is one aspect of what you call addiction, as a dis-ease, when it is creating for yourself negative aspects and experiences and feelings in your life, which you know in yourself and feel in your body, in your mind, and in your heart as a certain misalignment. Now, the mere admitting, as you would say, or bringing awareness to the idea of addiction within self, the idea of being so focused on something that it is creating an imbalance in your life, is a beginning act of self-love. It is a beginning act of developing and turning towards a spiritual expression of self, or truth, as you would say. For you cannot release that which you are unaware of, that you are now allowing some focus, some unbalanced focus in you, to be the predominant focus of your life, and to control your expression and your actions as the incarnate being in such a way that it is producing unwanted effects in your life, or a lack of ease. And so you can have both, in the sense that the admission is the beginning of the awareness, and in the awareness you are now capable of journeying deeper to bring greater balance to self. And yes, you are correct. It is through the greater self-love that this can come, although there are many, many reasons for choosing the addiction. And there are infinite forms, for you can choose addiction to anything that is available to you in your incarnate state of being. And the form does not matter, for in many, many cases, the addiction is an imbalance, a expression of the lack of self-love in one aspect or another within self. And often a fearfulness of going within self and facing this in the sense that you are feeling broken in some way and you are unable to be fixed. However, as you turn your attention to what you are calling your addiction, in whatever form it takes, and you begin your journey inward in the release of this, and you begin to strongly control your behaviors and build this momentum and strong desire for such, you will begin to release the layers. You will begin to bring awareness to these aspects of self. And as you do, those aspects that do not serve you, that are not in alignment as an energetic truth, as a spiritual being, begin to fall away. And eventually you will come to the place where you understand it was not a matter of being broken, for you were never broken to begin with, and you never needed to be fixed. None of you need to be fixed. You are perfect beings, master creators, and you are choosing your experiences. And so as this falls away, you begin to see this truth. For truth for you in this way is revealed. It is not injected into the broken self in order to repair it. It simply seems that way as a part of the journeying. Your addiction, in many ways, is chosen as a fast track, as you would say, to understanding a great truth in your beingness, which is that the power to create your world and your expression of self lies solely within you. And there is a great, shall we say, revealing in the process of moving through addiction for those who choose and bring that greater strength to move through the addiction. That you learn very quickly and very profoundly that it is your own strength, it is your own focus, it is your own understanding of self and self-love which brings the greater power to you and the greater power of expression in your world. This is the beginning, the fast tracking of understanding that all around you, your world, your expression, all of it comes first from within self. For there is only one path to, shall we say, transcend your addiction, and that is from within, from the inner strength and the revealing of self-love in greater and greater aspects. Now this can take on infinite forms of expression, yes, but it is the one path, and so it is that fast-track way of understanding that all power to be, to create, and to have, do, or be anything you wish comes from within. Now you are not limited in your choices. Therefore, the aspect of your question would, 1, being plan to create a sojourn in which they leave their incarnate being through the aspects and expression of their addiction. Yes, this is an available choice and has been chosen. However, it is a rarer choice, as most will choose the addictive aspects to experience and express as a greater challenge to transcend. However, for some of you, there may be greater, shall we say, understanding of consciousness through experiencing these aspects of addiction until the physical body can no longer sustain itself. And so this is a choice. In terms of your genetics and DNA, like all energetic patterns, yes, this becomes a part of, shall we say, the stored energies and aspects of all your incarnations. And there is a collective aspect to addiction on your planet. For many have experienced this in one way or another. As we have said, you can experience addiction with any level of expression that is available to you, whether the form be physical in its nature, so to speak, as in taking in substances or creating some sort of actions that involve doing something with the body or to the body, or whether it be situational in its aspects. And there are collective aspects to this. For instance, you have spent much of your linear time addicted to being asleep. You are now awakening to your greater responsibility for your own creation. And as you do, you will all take greater responsibility in deciding what is best for you. When you express, when you create, as you do this, as you are this, you affect all. You affect us. You affect the universe, the stars, the planets, the beasts, all consciousness. And so, it would be wise of you to pay attention to your choices and take your power back. How do you choose? What is it that is most important to you? If you are in the throes, as you say, of addiction, what is it about this that you feel that is creating the dissonance that would allow for the question to begin with? For there you will find perhaps challenges, yes, and it will take strength, but what you will find ultimately is the power of self and self-love, the connection to all things. What you will find ultimately is that you choose, always you choose, and therefore you are never without your power.